Duane Duggan, Remax of Boulder Video Podcast. Today we're honored to have a special guest from the Broomfield area, Mike Van Bosch, who is the Economic Development Director in the City and County of Broomfield. Mike, thanks for being here today. Appreciate you being here. So we've always kind of viewed Broomfield, at least I did growing up in Aurora, as a bedroom community to Denver. Any history about Broomfield? What's it like now?
Sure. Yeah, Broomfield's changed considerably over the last 30 years. We've moved from more of a bedroom community onto an area where primary employers locate and thrive. And so we have more people that work in the city and county of Broomfield than we do have workers to be able to fill those positions. So we are a net importer of talent from across the region.
That's fantastic. Now, you've been in Broomfield, I think, about 3 years, but where was your background? Where did you work before this?
Sure. I actually ran an economic development organization in Walworth County, Wisconsin. So very rural community, a little bit different from what I have to deal with now.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about Broomfield as far as the population, what it is now, where you see it going, what it's at build out, what's the max population Broomfield can be.
So right now we have about 70,000 residents in Broomfield. We expect that to go to about 100 to 120,000 at full build out, which could be anywhere between 10 to 20 years from now. So it's growing. It actually, Broomfield in 2015 was the 5th fastest growing county in the entire U.S. and 9th fastest growing city.
In terms of population?
In terms of population, yes.
Okay. So how much ground is left for the city and county of Broomfield to grow into?
Right now we have about 4 square miles left to be able to develop between residential and commercial.
And now that it's a county, and both the city and the county, you can't annex anymore, so Broomfield is done annexing, is that
correct? Yeah, correct. So when we became a county in 2001, our borders were set, so we no longer can expand out.
Okay. Well, I've been selling real estate around here for quite a while. It's almost 40 years now.
Oh, wow.
So I can remember a lot of times when one major employer would go down, it would just be a disaster for the area.
Sure.
So can you make some comments maybe about how diverse the economy is within the Broomfield area right now and how that's going?
Certainly. A lot of our major employers cover just a wide range of different industries. So SCL Healthcare, one of our larger employers, obviously in the healthcare industry. Level 3, our largest employers in telecommunications. We have a great deal of finance-related companies. Vail Resorts is another one, right. So we're in the tourism area. We also have a biomedical company, pharmaceutical manufacturer Sandoz, and probably one of the more recognizable that most people see in their homes would be Hunter Douglas, the window blind company.
Right. So as an economic developer, you can sleep a little better at night knowing there's a little bit of diversity there, right?
Yes, and fortunately right now, employers are just hungry for workers. So as you see shifts from companies either downsizing, those people have had a pretty good opportunity to find new jobs in some of the other companies in our area.
Fantastic. I've noticed a lot of the commercial development over the years in Broomfield. It seems to me to be very high quality construction. And I remember when a lot of the commercial development started around 36, it was deemed that we were going to be in Broomfield like the Tech Center North. Do you feel it's become that way? Or? Absolutely.
We're seeing just some great companies coming in. We actually just are now welcoming in 2 international related companies, Viga, a German-owned pipe fitting manufacturer that's going to be relocating their U.S. headquarters from Wichita to Broomfield, and Partners Group, a Swiss investment company that's going to be building their North American hub in Broomfield. And those are 2 very large projects that we think really bring the architectural design in Interlaken to the next level.
Okay, and those are all within Interlaken itself?
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, we all know Interlaken. Anybody that goes up and down Highway 36 knows Interlaken. Any other commercial developments that are in progress or getting started in Broomfield now?
So we actually have one major redevelopment that we're hoping will kick off this year. The former Flatiron Marketplace, which is right now kind of a defunct retail shopping center, will be redeveloped into about 1,000 multifamily units within the next couple of years. So we're starting to see, Broomfield's a very young community, and so now we've seen the initial development that's come through, and some of those developments are now converting into other uses, and so redevelopment is the natural progression.
So as far as like housing itself, single family, how much is being built right now in Broomfield? Because there is obviously a shortage of housing at the moment. So what's going on in current construction, and what do you see on the horizon for residential construction?
Sure.
And single family most for this part of the question.
So single family in Broomfield is really focused now what I would consider North Broomfield, so along Highway 7 and I-25. That's where we have the most land to be able to develop. So we're seeing a lot more of single family housing going into that area. And since that's a kind of a newer, that's all brand new construction, and it kind of covers a wide array of different affordability types and designs. On the multifamily side, or kind of the original part of Broomfield, as we call it, we see a lot more multifamily coming in. So a lot of apartments being built, especially along 36.
Okay, you can't miss those buildings along Highway 36 is on the east side of 36, all the construction. Those are apartments, and why don't we comment a little bit about on apartments versus condos, and then if you have any thoughts on Colorado construction defect law versus Broomfield's ordinance on that. I know that's 4 questions all in one.
Sure.
So I'll let you just kind of roll with that. So.
Yeah. So we, like you said, we have a lot of apartment construction that's going on, and a lot of that we feel is to address the needs in Interlochen for employees. So we see that those apartments coming in to serve a need for more short-term housing needs within 1 to 3 years. We have seen some condo development, before, and that's really slowed, which I think most communities throughout Colorado are seeing that happen.
Right.
On the local level, we've really tried to address this because the kind of the dearth of construction of condo development has caused affordability to, there's really not a great deal of affordable housing. So we passed a local ordinance to help kind of address that issue, to allow builders the right to cure any defects that come along before it has to go to litigation, which generally tends to be kind of the first shot if you don't have something like that in place.
So it will be interesting to see the future of multifamily with all these apartments being built, if they all convert at some future point in time, all at the same time. So I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
So along those lines, if a citizen wants to get involved in the development, whether commercial or residential, what kind of avenues are available for the typical Broomfield city and county citizen to get involved?
So through the city itself, we have a number of volunteer opportunities, either through our open space, our police station, or around City Hall. So there are opportunities that come up on our website all the time to get a little bit more involved for residents. Each year we open up applications for our boards and commissions. So these boards and commissions will cover anything from like liquor licensing to open space management to planning and zoning. So those are generally council members and residents that sit on those boards that help direct what council ultimately does. So they do kind of the groundwork, and then it goes up to council. So those are 2 of the biggest ways. We also strongly encourage our residents to reach out to their council members, to our mayor, and attend city council meetings. And our council really appreciates those comments that they get.
When are the Broomfield meetings?
Every Tuesday.
Okay.
Council meetings are held every Tuesday. Generally start at 6 o'clock, and they can go varying times depending on what's on the agenda. So
TV coverage like a Channel 8?
Channel 8,
okay.
Yes. Broomfield, we have Channel 8, so citizens can participate that way, and all of our council members have email, so they can reach them through a city-county email as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Can you share any contact information if somebody wanted to get a hold of you or look on the web for information?
Sure. Our website, the city's website, is www.broomfield.org. Our economic development website is investbroomfield.com. My phone number is 303-438-6220, and my email address is mvandenbosch@broomfield.org.
Right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Duane Duggan, Remax Boulder Video Podcast, signing off.